Our sound is raw, very raw. It's like we say things that other MCs wish they could say and want to say, scared to say because the record companies won't let them say it. So since I have my own record company, I can say anything I want.
Yeah.
If, you know, rock and roll came out, see, people don't know rock and roll came out the same way rap came out. People said, nah, it'll never last. Parents told their children not to listen to it. It's bad, it's the devil's music. And what it developed into is something bad. You know, it's like, I see these guys doing with the guys that I used to, you know, look on TV, look at the old movies. I used to like that. But then I look at the new rock and rollers. It's a shame what they did to it, and I hope rap just don't go that same route, where they take the rawness away, just then make it too pretty. I don't think rock and roll was meant to be pretty. Rock and roll was meant to be bad. It's like rap.
This is what I'm telling you, the industry is rigged.
Radio has been killed. Every playlist is the same all over the country. It wasn't like that back then. You could fly on an airplane and go to different places. In every city you went to, they had a different song on the chart. Might have been a local artist that was #1 at the time. Everywhere we went, somebody had a different record. You go to Miami, they had a record playing. You go to New York, it was records playing that we had never heard. You come to Houston, it was records on the radio nobody ever heard anywhere else. And when you looked at the charts and looked at the different regions and saw what records was hot in the different regions, it'd be different records a lot of times at the #1 spot, depending on what was hot in that region.
Music is supposed to inspire. They're supposed to hear it coming out of the studio to open mic. Then from open mic, a DJ that spins at the local club hears like, oh, that's dope. He gets it from me. And he plays in the local club, and then the local club played a couple times, everybody's singing it. Then the DJ from the radio station is in the crowd like, what is it? Whoa, what's this? And then he plays it, and then everybody requests it, and then he comes to Summer Jam and rocks it, then he puts out a CD, and then it's natural. Nah, not no more.
When these two companies bought up all the radio stations and started controlling all the playlists and started putting handcuffs and bracelets on the DJs, they stopped all that. So everywhere you go, you hear the same record playing, and they make them play it all day long. You might catch something in the mix show, there's only a few hours in the day to be able to play the records. So the records you're catching in the mix show is the records that the majors is trying to break. The independent dudes don't ever get no play no more. Man, you know, it took the fun out of music. They thought they was doing something good and they was gonna be able to monopolize with this.
And that's what, I'm old school, I'm 36 years old, so it's like, fuck you and your motherfucking radio game, your video game. If it ain't about, you know what I'm saying, how beautiful a motherfucker go, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to pay nobody $20,000 just to put my shit in rotation, man. You know what I mean? It's just, it's fucked up. And when you, and my whole gist of the story is why Killer is like, fuck this shit, man, because I give all of me, and not everybody's getting it like I want them to get it. So naturally, I have a chip on my shoulder, like, it's about motherfuckers that can pay for their Billboard spot. It's about motherfuckers that can pay for, you know what I'm saying, MTV to come do this and do that. It's about motherfuckers that can pay BET to do this and do that. I mean,
they got this new breed of rapper that's paying DJs to play their shit.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? They sucking the record label executive dicks, and it's like there's too much of that going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me be me. Let me be the artist that I am and just play my motherfucking music. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Now they want you all up under this, you know, sitting at the going to dinner with them and shit like that, and you know, all that favor for a favor shit. I don't get down like that. Look, I give you the music, you give my money. That's it.
The artist is only the tool used to push the message of the devil. It's a spiritual war. So what happens is, in order for that artist to be in position to even mislead the people, they have to be worthy. This is hazing. This is the hazing aspect of it. So when you look at colleges, you look at fraternities, you have to be hazed in order to get to pledge, to be a pledge.
That's a fact.
In order to climb the ladder in the music industry, you have to be hazed. And when you're getting hazed, you're getting fucked in your ass.
Me and this man got nothing but respect for each other. We ain't never pulling no train. We ain't no motherfucking freaks. We some family men. We getting this paper. You know what I'm talking about? And I had to put that out there, bun, because a lot of niggas doing a lot of fugazi and shit out here, man. You know what I'm saying? These niggas, they flip-flopping, they pitching and they catching with these boys, and they doing all this. So, and if you gay, that's cool, but be gay and come on out and be that. Don't be in front of us and act like a straight-up G, and then you get over here and you letting these boys bust up your back.
Industry is rigged.
If a label sign an artist for $1 million, they be on the internet, oh, y'all got signed for $1 million, your advance probably was 50 grand. You know what I'm saying? Advance means an advance on a repayment. You have to pay that, that's not your money. So, and this happened to me. I went out to eat with the label and all this shit, and that fucking tab was crazy. And I remember I took a picture of it and all this shit, and then later my manager was like, you know you gotta pay for that. And I was like, whoa, I didn't know that. So all these label meetings you having and all these mixers and all this shit, you eating big steak and shrimp and crab legs and all this shit, bro, you paying for that. You know what I'm saying? It's 10 people at the label, DJs and all this shit, you paying for that. But the recoupment system is so fucked up where it's like, if a label gave you $1 million, right? And then your song made $1 million, they can literally say, okay, we made $1 million off this song, but we're only gonna put 100,000 into the recoupment. So you still owe us 900,000. We're gonna take the other 900 and we're gonna pocket that.
My mind is baffled.
Yeah. So that's what happens when artists like, I never recouped, and that's what be going on, fam. Like, they only taking a small percentage and putting that to your recoupment so they always can keep you on that leash and they never gonna pay you. You know what I'm saying? They never gonna pay you for your records. And they gonna just make their money.
You know, some records are made by committee. Meaning record company guys sit around and tell the artists, this is hot, say that. Do this. We're gonna have this guy write the lyrics. We're gonna have that. So the narrative is really kind of, you know, structured and really made into what the record company want the record to be and what.
I'm trying to tell you how this game is marketed. Like I'm trying to tell you. Yo, the labels tell you, listen, you have to sit down with Spotify. Sit down with Akon. You have to do this interview. You have to. If you don't want to, you have to. You have to go see this person and sit down and talk to them. You have to go and do this. You have to. Yo, you gotta check the boxes. Literally, you could say, I don't feel like doing it. I don't even like that person. You have to. You're a puppet.
Yeah, so
they were trying to control like the type of music you made.
Nah, they controlling music, period. They controlling you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You sign an option deal. An option is like 2 years. So an album is an option. So you sign 5. So you say typically an artist, the labels, you sign like a 5 to 10 option deal. They got you for life. Then they gotta approve of the music that you make. So you think like, all right, I signed for 5 options. I'll just make the music. No, they just want to prove it. The label gotta clear the music. They gotta say, okay, we accept you turn this in. So you make an album, no, we don't want this. It's like a monster. What? I made the song. Nah, we don't want
like
this.
20 albums and they don't want it.
But they using that, but they telling you they don't want it, but they giving that music to other artists.
And they still
so you
own that.
Listen, so you indirectly ghostwriting.
You can't do it. You can't say something. You have to be a puppet. You can't say nothing bad about this. You have to follow the rules. You think people could call Lil Uzi and say, you have to do this? Remember Lil Uzi DJ with Drama? You can't drop music. When they got you by a fucking headlock, you can't drop music.
Artists are frustrated with this kind of music making. You know, a lot of people, you know, feel like they're being controlled by the label. This is how they do it. Telling you what songs to sing, what hooks to do, what songs, you know, you can do your song, that's fine. That's an album cut. But the single is what we all say is the single.
As much as you don't want to hear it, the industry is rigged.
Even streams, that's terrible. That whole program is terrible, bro. Like, how y'all getting 0.0008888 of a song for a listen? Bro, you could have put any price point on that.
It's actually the odds of you being an artist successfully famous in the top 100 is almost like winning the lottery. And let me give you the numbers. Okay, with all these new platforms, from DistroKid to Vidya to all y'all know all these these tunes and everything that's allowing you to upload your music to put you on all these platforms and BDSs. I mean, DSPs, right? There's over 10 million songs being uploaded and released a day. 10 million. Now, out of these 10 million songs a day, not a month, not a year, a day, 10 million songs a day being uploaded, that half these people, nobody know who they are.
Where else tells me that? Last year, no #1 hip hop album for however long tells me that.
6-7
The
months.
#1s that came tells me that. Travis, Uzi, Drake. There's only 7.
But let's go back to the numbers. 10 million songs a day. And out of those 10 million songs uploaded a day, there's only 10 spots. No, let me repeat it. 10 spots that matter on the Billboard charts. The odds of your song landing on that, and then you gotta, mind you, go and compete with the Beyoncés of the world, the Akons of the world.
There's 7 rappers that they focus on. Some because y'all are truly talented and make people all the money in the world. Some because too many people have their hand in your pocket to let you fail. But everybody else, if you're not getting it touring or if you're not getting it through other means, this music shit is a rap.
This is what I'm telling you. The industry is rigged. Industry is rigged. As much as you don't want to hear it, the industry is rigged. It's rigged.